This one, because the wolf is a very special animal to me, and so my wolf flute is probably the most special one I have. This one here is the first one that I ever made. The flute maker down in Joplin, or down in Van Buren, helped me to make this, and so it has a special place for me. And of course, you heard my first flute. So each one ends up having a slightly different sound and different story behind it. Yeah.
What is the function of the little thing that's tied on?
Okay.
What in musical terms does that do?
Yeah, that has to do with the mechanics of the instrument. And to give you, without this, it's called the bird. And without this, we wouldn't have an instrument. And the flute is a two-chambered instrument. So this half of the instrument there's a wall. In bamboo we use the natural wall, and there's a wall here, and air really couldn't go from the top to the bottom of the flute if it wasn't for the bird. We have the first hole, which is which the bird completely covers, and there's a, go ahead and pass that. On the bottom of that bird is a slight groove that, when it's set up here on the nest, that it allows the air to travel out this first hole and then through that channel, and the bottom hole is your sound edge, and it's what allows you to actually make the sound, because it splits the air at that point. So again, without that, you'd end up with just a, well, not because the air just would shoot out the top here. But what else?
What's the largest one and the smallest one? It actually looks like you might have the largest one.
Well,
I guess.
I've got a low C.
Yeah,
Does that always make it lower? The bigger the lower.
Yeah.
Generally, that's the case.
Both of these. This is a C sharp. That one you said is a C.
C minor.
C minor. Yeah. So the when we talk about what key these are in, we're talking about the key that, or the note that's played with the all the finger holes closed, and it's called the fundamental on the flute. And so if we put a tuner up next to that, that would register about a C sharp, plus or minus a few cents.
Can we compare the limit on that? That's powerful.
And this one's a D. Mark back there has his big bass.
That is a bass.
Mark, what key was that one?
E.
Okay, that's a deep E. This one's a D. So, yeah, it really, the diameter is the big thing that determines its depth. And then out of the small ones, this is probably the highest one I've got with me. And this one's also a D. So this one here slightly high or slightly lower than that, but it's a this one's a C also.
So the high D and the low D you can play together.
Yeah. We can also play in what's called thirds and fifths. If you've got a C, then if you go 3 notes up the scale, then it'll play with that one, or it'll or 5 notes up the scale, it'll play with the next one. So and that's how we play when we're going to go with a guitar. It is the accompanying instrument's responsibility to tune up or down to us because we can't change. So if you're going to play, if you're going to play with somebody who plays a guitar, they've got to have a K bar or something to adjust what key they're playing in. Yep.
I noticed that some of the flutes have small holes drilled near the bottom. What purpose is that?
Okay. This is probably the best example. The end of the flute is actually not over down here. The end of the flute is these holes here, and so the length is from the edge here to the edge of those first holes, and that's actually the practical length of the flute. Some makers will put 4 holes in and 1 for each of the 4 cardinal directions, and they say that it's to send your music out to the 4 winds. But